Jamie Klingman.
Sam Martinez. How are you?
So I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. It's for when we watch this, 10 years from now, it's a Monday. So, trying to get the cobwebs off and rock and roll in this incredibly horrible 70-degree January weather we have in Florida. So
I'm going to argue that it was not 70 degrees when I walked outside this morning. It was colder than that.
we're tropical. Our blood is thin. But we're just getting out of winter break. Spring break. I know you're doing all things teenage now, and my kids are all over the place too, and trying to keep up with them. So we just came out of vacation, going into vacation, and what happens to a business owner when they go on vacation? Usually, I know I think about what happens to my business if I truly try to unplug. And so, like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, so tell us what happens when you truly try to unplug.
I don't. That's a problem. And so, yeah, I put a vacation responder. I'll be back in touch with you. And listen, I check it, before I go to bed or something. I just, there's always if there's an emergency, I have to get to. But it's a question that is so important to businesses if they're even considering transitioning, or if the business owner truly wants freedom, or have a business that's built to sell, or even especially if they want to sell one day, is could they take a 4-week, 6-week vacation and truly absolutely unplug and the business survive?
Yeah, that's always, I think, been the challenge. And in the day and age of everyone expects an immediate response and you should just be available. And how do you do that? Business owners oftentimes aren't taking the time that away. Certainly guilty as charged. It's very difficult to think about like who's in my inbox and what could be going on. And I trust my team, and there's no reason to not trust my team. But that's, I think, part of the nature of if you started a company, or even if you bought into a company and now you're the top, being able to step away is something, one, that lets you run your company longer and do a better job running it. But that is a challenge because there's lots of things that can get sideways really quickly. And I think it also depends on time of year. During winter break, the end of December, I think it's historically more expected that people are out of office.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little more forgiveness than if you take a random break in a time that isn't recognized as a national time that everybody should be off.
Yeah, like spring break is always an issue
Right.
because everybody has spring breaks in different times and whatnot.
Yes. Yeah,
But
or if you just randomly go away, like for a week at the beginning of May or so, wherever it is, there's definitely that piece. Although I know, like, when I get somebody's autoresponder saying they're on vacation, I'm like, great, good for them. Like, I'll talk to them when they get back. Like, it's not like,
thank you for being, thinking of others. Appreciate that, Jamie.
well, no, but I'm thinking about like that maybe others would think the same thing, that I assume everyone just like needs me, but when I get their autoresponders, that doesn't make me not want to do business with them. Now, if there's not an autoresponder and then I just don't get a response, that's definitely a problem. Like, I think in some ways you do need to indicate you, for whatever reason, are unable to answer your emails or have them being checked by someone who's responding on your behalf or something like that. Just walking completely away without some kind of net seems, to put
Yeah.
out a bad image. But they're, being able to
Yeah.
take time away is important. And frankly, a lot of business owners just aren't in a position to do that. Like you and I both have looked at financials that would suggest that the business owner should be able to take several vacations a year, and they can't because they're the primary person. There is no one else to call or to go do. They
Absolutely.
are the ones with the special knowledge or those kinds of things. And then that begs the question, are they really operating a business, or have they given themselves a job?
And I think that is the bottom line, is that we business owners, we become choke points of our own businesses. And so we're the chief marketers, we're the chief problem solvers, we're the compliance managers, we are HR, we are payroll. And I remember getting advice years ago from somebody that did a ton of traveling, did a lot of missions work, and was running a business, a production company actually, and which is very intensive, especially on the creative process and that kind of thing. It was, TV commercials and that kind of thing is what his company did. And I talked to him, I'm like, dude, how do you do this? And he's like, you have to remove yourself out of your own equation. And so that is one of those drivers, even in building value in your company, is that the litmus test is, could you take several weeks off and your business really run without you? One, that is the ultimate freedom as a business owner. And secondly, as a purchaser, that is going to be very attractive. And so making those baby steps to try to remove yourself. What are those choke points where you're like, okay, I need to remove myself out of this critical function and get competent people or person here, is critical, not just for your own mental health, but for the future of your business valuation.
Yeah, I mean, the truly the buck stops, kind of thing. A buyer would absolutely would want to be able to see that, and that, when you say that you're turnkey, we see all these listings that say that they're turnkey. You're probably not actually turnkey if you leaving creates this big void. So that's absolutely, I think, spot on, that being a litmus test for being able to see where are areas of improvement that could be worked on while you're in the process.
All right, ma'am. So you hold
Let's
me
go on
accountable.
vacation. That was
I know,
my
and
takeaway.
exactly, yeah. No, you hold me accountable. I'll hold you accountable.
Deal.
We have to, schedule family vacations with our respective families, and like not allowed to respond to emails.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm really good when we go out of the country, better because it's more limited and like the time difference and things like that. But
Solution.
go out of the country.
There you go, man. Awesome.
I'm sorry. I'm clinically need to have to go to Europe. Sounds good.